up, Facebook? We're Hawkeyes and Tall Boys coming at you live from Bo's basement, and we are going to start. We actually have something new. We're going to be able to play our intro so that the people on Facebook can hear it, as well as the people on the podcast. Thanks to Dylan. Heads up. Great job. Great thinking, Dylan. So I'm going to count you in, okay?
I'm the smartest man alive.
3.
This is Parker Hesse. This is Sam Branks. You have the pleasure of listening to Hawkeyes and Tall Boys. Cheers, motherfuckers.
Welcome to the Hawkeyes and Tall Boys podcast, featuring your hosts, Bo Freeborn.
You know, guys, even though we get 2 conference losses, we're still going to end up 9-3. We're going to win the West, for sure.
Dylan Pond.
Here's the thing, fellas. I'm going with it. 12-0, baby. We're going to do it. Let's fucking go. Woo!
And Rob Wall.
I mean, that would be shocking. But we can do it. I mean, I think we can.
So crack a tall boy. And go Hawks.
All right. Welcome into the 27th episode of Hawkeyes and Tall Boys. My name is Rob.
I'm Dylan.
And my name is Bo.
Here we go. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, guys. Oh, yeah, that sounded real good. Today we got some Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Thanks to Dylan. Appreciate it, buddy.
Hipster Central. Here we go.
And you know it's good because it comes with a blue ribbon. And everybody
Absolutely.
knows that's number one.
Absolutely. Before we really get into anything here today, Rob, I just wanted the folks on Facebook Live to take a second to admire that mustache. It is a quality stash, as well as you, Bo.
Appreciate it.
Quality mustache celebrating Movember here. The Hawkeyes and Tall Boys support testicular cancer.
Yep.
That's right. Support men's health. And then also Dylan is currently having a no-shave November. And look how great that's coming in.
Looks great, buddy.
Why, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So if you are wondering, listeners at home, facial hair, no problem for Hawkeyes and Tall Boys.
Hell no, we are men.
Mustache on fleek for all 3 of us.
Yep. And speaking of mustaches being on fleek, let's get into this last weekend's game. A super rough segue by me, but obviously we played a Wisconsin team last week that it was basically a defensive juggernaut and a running machine all year. And we went to Camp Randall Stadium, and we ended up making it a pretty close game. The Hawkeyes lost 24-22, and I was surprised that we were actually even in the game. It seemed to me like we really didn't have any business being there. But, despite that, it really came down to a last-second play that a 2-point conversion. If we would have got that, it would have gone into overtime. Then who knows what could happen from there. But I want to just get our overall thoughts here just on the game in general, and I can kick it off to Bo to begin us off here.
Plain and simple, guys. We talked about, controlling the line of scrimmage. Whoever's going to control the line of scrimmage, and then the turnover battle is going to win this game. Unfortunately, even though Iowa won the turnover battle, we didn't control the line of scrimmage very well. Jonathan Taylor had over 200 yards rushing, and that absolutely crushed us on defense.
250 yards rushing.
250 yards rushing there, Bo. And you hit the nail on the head there. We cannot be giving up that many yards up front. However, we knew what a juggernaut this team had with Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. So you got to understand that's going to happen, especially with a couple true freshman linebackers. So what does Iowa have to do to win that game potentially is you have to take advantage of Wisconsin's mistakes. So you look at those 2 turnovers that we got, that strip sack from A.J. Epinesa.
So we got the ball at the 16-yard line.
Yep. And then that interception with Matt Hankins.
We got the ball on the 30-yard line.
Exactly. So both in Wisconsin territory, and we came out of both of those possessions with field goals. That's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable, and that's not going to get the job done versus any Big Ten team.
Well, and thankfully we have a good enough kicker, one of the best in the nation right now, who is able to make those field goals and put some points on the board. But yeah, definitely we got to have touchdowns out of that.
Well, and that goes to show you as well. Again, awesome feat by Keith Duncan. So don't get me wrong there, but you look at that, and he broke. Was it Nate Kading's
record.
Nate Kading's record for field goals made in the season, and that's with 3 games left. That's a big offensive problem.
Terrible. And then another thing you said too before the game, or before we started filming this, just say we get at least one touchdown instead of a field goal, difference in the ball game. We win the ball game.
Literally, yeah, you win the ball game
Yeah.
at that point. So
Yeah.
2-point conversion doesn't matter. I don't know what.
But
that
then
actually
again, I
was.
mean, you got to look at the end of the game too, where Jonathan Taylor ripped off that like 40-yard rush at the end. Give or take, they could have kicked a field goal to win it. Circumstances, whatever happened,
Right.
happens, but
right. No, nonetheless, though, you got to take advantage of what the opponents give you.
Yep.
And it goes to show you too. Late in the third quarter or late mid like fourth quarter is when it started. But when Iowa started having that sense of urgency on offense, we started killing it. It's like, oh God, go figure, something they're not prepared for.
and it really showed
Yeah.
off Nate Stanley's throwing arm too. Like we know he's got a cannon, and he actually looked very good in a tough environment at Camp Randall.
Right, and that's one of those things when he's getting that ball off quick. I definitely think he's one of the top quarterbacks in the Big Ten.
Oh yeah.
But when he's back there running for his life because he has no interior guard, no interior offensive line play whatsoever, there's
Yeah.
not a whole hell of a lot you can do.
And even the best quarterbacks in that situation are going to have a tough time without having enough time to be able to throw the ball back there. And I think Nate Stanley is a guy that is unfortunately kind of a result of that as far as this year goes. And we've talked a lot about the offensive line not being able to do what it's designed to do. And I don't know if that's just a scheme thing with our zone or just I know they talked about